Do the fucking intro.
Give a fuck if you don't like me. I ain't here for that. I'm here to get my money. I don't care if you fuck with me. Nigga, be gone. That's the mindset. My
Alright,
niggas
my bad.
be
It's cool.
Be fucking starting with me.
Here we go again.
What's up, y'all?
Bro Boyz back with another episode. VZ, fuck we got going on.
Whew. That's my bad. Okay.
This nigga didn't even do shit. Boy,
Nah, it was the pre-show is a lot.
yeah.
It's, a lot happens before the cameras start rolling, or while they're rolling.
Wow.
So we're gonna talk about some shit as usual. We're gonna start off with some questions. I'm gonna read you a question, right? But I'm gonna leave it blank. And you're just gonna fill it in what comes to mind. What you feel like it should be filled with. Could be anything. Okay? Just wanna go one by one. I'm gonna start with you, because I know
Okay.
you're next to one.
Like I'm a foreign speech.
You're not answering the question.
You're not answering the question, you're filling in the blank. Yeah. First thing that comes to mind. Alright. You're not really black if.
You don't got hot sauce.
You're not really black if.
You've never seen Training Day.
You're not really black if.
Honestly, nothing came to mind.
Alright. Why do black people always
Talk hella loud. This is horrible. I'm gonna get canceled.
Why do black people always? The first thing that came to mind was lose the remote, but I feel like everybody does that. But that was the first thing that came to mind. Black household.
Mine was definitely Yale.
Yeah.
And that is me.
That's fair.
But yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. How do you hear those type of questions often? Any type of questions that like categorize people like that? Why do black people do this? Why do Mexicans do this? Why are these type of people this type of way or whatever?
Not so much a why.
Yeah, it's not phrased like that.
I don't hear a phrase as a why, but kind of like just they do.
They
Yeah.
do.
Stereotypes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's be like, I mean, the way I usually hear it is almost like a sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I'd be like, I think the way I would phrase it would be like y'all. Like, white people put raisins in their potato salad. Like, why y'all putting raisins in y'all potato salad? Like, that's just hella stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not one of those, like, I'm a very direct person.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying all y'all, calm down. All our white viewers, you know, we fuck with y'all too. But yeah, it's more so phrased like.
Also meant to like, do you feel like we try to like say people aren't reaching this level of blackness if they haven't done this? Like if they haven't seen Training Day, you're not really black.
Oh, yeah.
I say
Like
you not.
stuff like that.
Or I'm taking away.
I consider most of it.
You'll have your
Take
black
black
card.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I consider most of it like as a joke, personally. Because like, okay, it's a movie. I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it really matter?
It sting.
I was about to say, but there are some people that take it to heart.
No, yeah.
Especially people that have dealt with trying to figure out where they fit in as far as being black.
I definitely think like certain things kind of help you learn about black culture, and that's probably why. But yeah, I don't really know.
But as a black person, do you you are the culture, so do you need to watch it to learn it or know it? Or
Depending on your environment,
It's
okay, that's true.
I think I figured it out. I think I got the answer. I think because a lot of times in our culture, the black culture, our jokes are usually pertaining to love. Like that's our way of loving on you. So it's not that you should take offense to it. It's one of those things like I want you to be, come home, or like I want you to experience the same jokes and atmosphere that I get. Not that you have to, but I don't necessarily think it's done in like a malice intent. It's not like, oh, nigga, you just see Training Day. Like, I mean, some people may do it like that.
I've seen
but
niggas get mad that you never seen like Friday or some shit like.
But
niggas be.
I still feel as though it's like I'm gonna call it a calling of come on home. Not that you have to, because I know we're monolithic. We're all raised different and come different shapes, sizes. We not.
Not monolithic.
Oh, that's what I mean. But So it's like, I don't know. For me, if I ever was to say it, I feel like it's from love. Because there's a lot of things that, you know, I haven't seen. Or there's even a lot of white shows that I watch and I still get my black card revoked. Like, you know, and everybody watched Saved by the Bell. I was a Saved by the Bell fan. It's like,
That's interesting.
but are you really from the hood though? You know what I'm saying? Like it gets cut both ways. Because I feel like you get attacked if you watch other things too.
If you do non-black shit.
Yeah, you do not.
Which I find, so I want to talk about this because I find it weird when people try to classify something as only black. Or you're not black if you haven't done this or haven't seen this. You've never been to a cookout, played dominoes, can't dance. If you can swim, like these weird kind of just pretty random acts are like the level of like where your blackness resides. Mm-hmm. And then on the other side as well, if you listen to certain types of music, if you watch certain shows dress a certain way, it takes away your level of blackness.
Is this only a black people thing?
I don't know. I don't know because I've seen.
I don't know because I'm black, so I don't know.
But I've seen like
but you have friends,
Hispanics or Latinos or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like
they'll post like their own memes and their own type of shit that levels their brownness, whatever you want to call it. But was it always like that? Is that like a recent thing?
I personally feel like it's something that you don't really realize until you get older.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
Because like when you're younger, you don't realize what you're doing is part of, I would say, your culture half the time. Maybe you know, it's kind of just what you're taught, what you see, what people tell you to do, whatever. You know. So yeah, I mean, I feel like when you get older, you like really get to look at it for yourself. And however you end up perceiving it.
So I think some kids pick up on it, or some like growing up. Some people pick up on it more so than others, depending on your situation. Especially for like biracial kids or like kids with a mom that grow up with their white mom, but you can see that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because they're probably already hearing it from their friends and shit, like in school. Oh, you're not black, you whatever. But on the same token, they're hanging out with the white kids and they don't fit in there because you're not white.
Right.
But it's like they inherently already have a sort of like, who do I belong to? I feel like it's going to be very different from just like,
what do you mean?
Like all the way black child, and then if you're biracial, you're already sort of coming to the world with that pre-struggle. And I don't know how to phrase it.
I kind of get what you're saying,
but
I don't know if I would agree with it. Only because I think like a lot of that stuff starts at home, and you wouldn't like you said other kids and stuff like probably said like certain things at school and stuff, but they probably wouldn't make those certain comments if it wasn't made at home.
But which home?
About to say other kids' home?
which?
Yeah, but you can't control that.
No, you can't.
You can't. So how do you stop that from affecting your child though?
Oh, you can't.
You gotta teach your. I mean,
teach them perspective.
Okay, so I'm not a parent, but cause now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, this could be a form of bullying. I never thought about it like that.
I mean,
and I was like, maybe I've been a bully. I don't really like bullies, but I've definitely said hella jokes and shit like,
stuff like
you
that.
haven't seen blah 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 blah. But I also think the parents are sort of breaking the mold if they are. I'm going back to biracial people. Like, I feel like it should start at home because you already broke the mold of, sort of.
But I don't.
Going to the other side.
I would feel like, from a biracial parent standpoint, in your head, they're going to have to deal with that. But it's like, how early do I introduce that to them? How early do I let them know you're going to face some issues?
I say kindergarten.
That seems like a hard subject to.
I don't think that's kind of young for them.
It's the way you introduce it. So, I mean, it's as simple as, I teach right? But like, it's as simple as, let's just use a kindergartner for example. He has a brown friend, he has a white friend. I mean, you can phrase it as simple as a crown. Like, not everyone comes in that color. The kid is only seeing color. Like, you start to build on those sort of like aspects. when you explain things to kids. I'm not saying get off Malcolm X with your kindergartner so you be like, oh, like, no. Like, let's take it slow, let's build, but you always want your kids, my biggest thing with teaching kids is awareness. You want your kids to be aware. I feel like the more aware they are, they'll start to develop, senses for themselves. And you don't want to actually push your beliefs on your kids because they might not be like you. That's the same thing with religion. I don't think you should push it. You can introduce it, but sort of pushing that aspect on them, I think that's even more dangerous than letting them grasp it for themselves. Because to me, to be honest, I feel like a lot of black people in this country have experienced a moment. And that goes back to we're trying to invite you into the experience, sort of being black. And I was like, that's not everybody, but that's what it is for me.
Are you high?
No.
Just what? Because you
passionate.
Okay.
I'm saying.
So I was like, it's long, right? This is not, okay.
I get winded.
We know.
Whatever.
I don't think I experienced like.
That was gonna be my question. Have you ever experienced colorism?
I don't think. I mean, of course, I knew I was like African American, but I didn't realize I was African American until I went to like a predominantly white school, which I was in like 4th or 5th grade. All the years before that, I went to school in the hood, so it was all black people.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like me. I didn't think of nothing of it. Then got taken out of there. It was put in the hills and was like, oh shit.
Shit hit different.
Yeah, real different. Yeah, real different.
Like it was like, oh, okay, all right.
Culture shock.
Yeah, it was very much so a culture shock. So I think that at that age it was like perfect for me to like start realizing like
A learning experience.
Yeah, cause I wasn't too young, but I wasn't too old.
He
like
was 9 or 10.
Like 19.
Yeah, that's still development.
Yeah, so I was able to adjust and just going off. He said kindergarten. I mean, yeah, I think you could teach them certain things at that age, but it's kind of young, and I don't think they'll get exactly what you're trying to say. I think 9, 10 is like perfect.
They're more open to the world. They've seen a little bit more.
Yeah.
To know a little bit.
Yeah.
I think kindergarten is actually pretty good because what's that, like 4?
5.
5?
Depends on part of the country, but 5
like,
here.
5 years old are like really smart and very perceptive.
They are.
To things. Like not like for a full conversation on it or anything like that, but definitely like intelligent enough to understand what you're telling them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think as an introduction, I think kindergarten is actually a pretty good time.
Yeah, as an introduction, but I'm just saying like full on like lesson. This is this, and this is what it is.
Oh yeah, no,
that's a big match.
Yeah, cause like in middle school, I teach middle school, and I do a lesson on stereotypes using Dr. Seuss to Sneetches, and every year it comes up. Oh, that's how the white people were treating the black people. And I'm like, yes, y'all fucking get it.
Proud moment.
You ever deal with, like, feeling not black enough?
I was that nigga. No. I've, like, really didn't see race at all or colors, nothing like that.
You went to a very...
I was always in diverse crowds.
Very diverse.
I wouldn't necessarily say like the schools were like hella diverse, but I always kept diverse company.
Gotcha.
I actually didn't gravitate towards other black kids.
There's a reason for that?
Like around home, that's who was there, so that's who I fucked with.
Mm-hmm.
Like all my friends at home were black, but all my friends at school were multiracial.
Gotcha.
The Chinese, Samoans, Filipinos, black, white, like it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Even in high school, it wasn't about like none of that mattered. I was with the Hoopers. If you was playing basketball, that's what I'm fucking with.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to college and I met y'all niggas. And, and now all my friends are black. And I love it. But I would definitely say like it's like going through having all these diverse friend groups, having a black group was the most relatable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's where, you know, all those stereotypes and things come into play. To where that's the black culture. We all kind of experience the same things. And yeah.
For somebody who tells people they might not be black because they didn't see the 5 Heartbeats, as a joking way.
I was like,
No, as a joking.
I was a text shot segment.
Not yet. That's later.
Wait the fuck, you talking about? You get a profound question and shit as someone who.
No, because you said that you're
Yes.
the one who jokes about it. You'll say that to somebody.
Yes.
Has anybody ever done that to you?
In terms of a black experience,
Yeah. Is that something you deal with growing up?
Oh yeah, y'all fuck with me in space all the time.
Yeah.
It's not that I do not know how to play
That's
spades.
just not. That's not just because you're black. That's because
No,
you just
spades.
like a
No.
black grandpa.
So, I get that with fashion all the time. It's just like, I wear whatever the fuck I want to wear. It's just like, yeah, that's a good one. People always say, like, oh, like, you don't, you know, I don't want to say, like, dress urban, or, like, you don't dress black, or, you know, I'm not with the having my pants off my ass, and I'm saying it's a black thing, but, like, showing your boxers, all that. It's like, no, we're not doing that. It's 2020. We don't want to see your drawers. Like, nah, B. So, in that aspect, yeah, y'all fuck with me about spades all the time. I'm good in dominoes.
That has yet to be seen.
I think the spade things actually will be the most triggering. And it's not the fact that, like, it's a joke. It's the fact that, like...
No, that's real.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost, like, triggering to childhood. So it makes... Like, I feel like for someone... Well, no, for me, it's like, damn, it's something my parents didn't teach me. Mm-hmm. It's like I almost felt like, you know, like that moment, like, I'm just not a sensitive person. These new age kids. Anyways, it's just, for that experience, it's like, it does make you go, damn, was I supposed to learn that too? Like, was I supposed to learn that to get my, you know, black stamp of approval? Mm-hmm. Like, and it's like when you don't know, it does make your brain go, like, you know, kind of shift a little bit. So, but it is what it is. I don't really let it affect me.
I see you're mentally.
Yeah, but that's just
strong.
Who I am. Don't fucking maybe.
That's pushing it even further. But you're mentally like you're secure in yourself.
You have some mental stability.
Some a bit.
And yourself?
Have you ever?
Hell yeah! I went to like all white high school.
This nigga all over the place.
Oh, was you in Roseville or something?
Yeah. Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was trash.
We touched on this in the previous episode. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't remember. Either way, the shit was trash.
Yeah, you was the hoodie kid.
Yeah, I was always in the hoodie because I didn't want to be there. I changed schools after sophomore year, so I left everybody that I knew. And I'd only been there for 2 years, so I had just made them friends. They didn't move to fucking Roseville. And yeah, there was a bunch of white kids. There might have been 30-something black people in my graduating class. Some shit like that. Yeah.
Definitely.
I was and I didn't hang out with the black kids at that school. Cause they was juniors, seniors. I ain't trying to hang out with y'all. Like, y'all niggas know each other. I ain't trying to go make new friends right now. So
I need to be a whole nother
I
episode.
was definitely the outcast. I didn't feel cool enough to hang out with the black kids. Cause you got to see, when it's all white kids, the cool black kids are cool as shit. They might be regular black kids at other schools, but at the white school, they cool as fuck.
So were they like jocks or something?
There's a couple jocks, couple like funny niggas that dance, like normal black shit, like normal shit that you see at
normal black
school.
stereotypes.
It stands out.
But it stands out at a white school because you're the black guy. Like, I was the hoodie black guy that looked like I sold drugs. I'm fine with that. Because I didn't want to be there. But I feel like I've always been low-key and outcast, but just from everybody. I was in honors. I was an honor student, but I didn't fit in with the honor roll kids because I didn't apply myself. I didn't care to hang out with them or feel like I needed to be that smart. I hung out with the black kids, but not like hung out, like we was associates, we was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew them. I could go kick with them at lunch, whatever, it'd be cool. But we wasn't like hanging out on the weekends, nothing.
You know,
shit like that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was very, it was never like that. So I've never felt like I really fit in with either side. And my mom being light skinned as she is, I wasn't sure if I was full black or not until I got my little ancestry shit. I'm not like, there's a whole bunch of shit up in there, but just like not knowing or not sure of how black am I. Like, I wanted to get locks early, real early, but I was told my hair wouldn't lock.
I was told that too.
I feel like that's a fucked up thing to tell a kid.
Looks like it did.
Yeah, like, yo.
It took a while, but
Still, that's like, that type of shit, like kids that, I wouldn't play ball because I felt like I was supposed to be good at basketball, and I wasn't good at basketball. Like, I didn't want to get out there and bear. Oh, he black, he's supposed to be good. We gonna pick him. Wrong. Absolutely
major
wrong.
disappointment.
Yeah, no, absolutely wrong. But yeah, I felt like that before, just from like the media or like shows or whatever, tell you like or make jokes about it, whatever. Like, you're supposed to have done this, have seen The Color Purple, watch Roots, know how to cook, or whatever all the shit is that you're supposed to be to fit into the black community. And it wasn't always like, oh yeah, I for sure know. It was like, I don't know if I'm really black like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have dealt with it before growing up.
I have a question. So, with that kind of stuff, like being something that you come across, like, oh, if you haven't seen this, you're not black or whatever. Do you think it has to be taken as like a negative connotation, or can it be taken as, let me check this out?
That's what that's what he was saying. How like let me game you, let me bring it into our culture. That's how it should be taken. But you can't control how somebody else is gonna take it, and that's where I think I don't want to say dialogue because it's ingrained. Like, that's who we are, and like that's how we communicate. Like you said, like that's how we love each other. Like that's how we express ourselves. But I feel like it can be dangerous to start saying you're not black enough if you don't do this or if you don't look this way.
But I also think that we as a culture don't deliver it like that.
Yes.
Like, I don't.
You just said we as a culture. We're just saying us black people.
Because
we're just saying everybody.
No, because like I feel like the way that it's getting phrased is like it's. I don't feel like it's an attack. I literally don't. It doesn't come off as an attack to me. Like, I can see how people. I can see the perception. I mean, that's why I say, oh, maybe it's considered like bullying, but like I don't. I don't wholly think it's people's intentions. I'll be very interested to see like people's like if we did like a voting thing.
So I'm like,
let
us know if you're experiencing
like let us know. Did you feel like it was an attack or did you feel like it was love? I'm very, very curious because like I don't know. So you think it's a good question?
Well, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think it's not necessarily what's being said, but how it's being perceived.
Yeah. And I don't think the intent is ever meant to come off like you can't fit in or you don't fit in. I think people's own insecurities or like traumas they've dealt with, shit that they've dealt with, being the black girl that's told she's cute for a black girl, she's cute for a dark skinned girl, she doesn't get talked to because she's black, or I don't talk to red bones, I don't talk to yellow chicks, like I can't bring you home because grandma gonna talk shit. Like shit like that fucks up people's, especially at adolescent age, teenage to young adult, when you're very susceptible with the inclusion of social media now, so you're seeing it a lot more than just from your family. I think all that could really fuck up somebody's like mental shit. Well, like people who get mad plastic surgery or like bleach their skin. I feel like they've dealt with some type of exclusion from whatever their culture is, whether it's white or Indian or I don't want to say like the wrong
Hispanic.
I don't want to say the wrong shit. Hispanic, Latino, whatever it is. Their attempt to because I don't want to get like say like Mexican is supposed to be general, whatever, people be tripping. Anyway, no, I don't think people.
I have no clue what he's saying.
I get what he's saying.
I was trying to be PC. So
okay.
I think people who've dealt with insecurities end up having like They want to change their bodies, change their features or whatever because they didn't feel like they fit in. Black girls that get ass implants felt like they didn't have a big enough ass. Yeah, like shit like that. That's why I feel like it could be dangerous for how it's presented. Have you ever had somebody white tell you that you weren't black because you hadn't done this or seen this movie?
They absolutely better not in their motherfucking life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Don't ever.
Just whatever.
For him, don't ever in your life.
No need to take offense to it.
I'm very offended.
I don't think they meant it offended. They meant it to offend me, so I didn't take it as an offense.
I haven't heard anything like that from somebody I'm not close to.
I was about to say, and I was close to that person.
Yeah, it's not like it's a stranger. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, whatever.
If it was a stranger, that would have been totally
that would come off different.
For sure. Yeah.
So let's say you at an airport or at a bar or something. You guys are just talking. Like, oh, have you seen Boyz in the Hood? Whatever.
And I say no.
Yeah. And he said, oh man, you're not even black. You're not even really black. So I'm like, some shit like that.
Yeah, I would be offended because you don't know me.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I think
but you have to have a relationship with somebody to make certain comments. And I feel like race in general should be known as a sensitive topic.
I don't think so.
But I mean, for me personally, I would feel offended, but I don't know if I would engage in it or just
you wouldn't react, or you would just
I would just do my own thing because, like, I'm not gonna fault you for your ignorance.
If it was a random stranger black person in that same situation, would you feel offended?
And that's a good question. Probably, but not as much.
And that would also become...
Tag me in.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead.
What's your question?
I said...
answer the white...
I was still triggered.
So if there was a stranger...
We know the white answer.
The white guy came to you and was like... Y'all was just... I don't know, talking. You was in line and y'all start talking and then... He was like, oh yeah, remember that part on...
Friday, whatever.
Friday when da-da-da-da happened? And you was like, oh no, I haven't seen Friday. And he was like, oh, you're not black.
Ooh. But he did it as a joke though.
No.
Okay, so
no. You're not bad enough. We're not about to pretend. We're not about to pretend like that shit is okay. I don't give a fuck.
He was joking.
I don't give a fuck.
He meant it with
love. You don't have to elaborate on
this.
No.
Okay, now this is
don't try it.
Same situation.
Don't try it.
Same situation. It's a black dude. Y'all talking in line, hitting it off, whatever,
he does the
whatever. Same thing. Oh, remember that part on Friday when da-da-da-da? Oh, I haven't seen Friday. Oh, you ain't black.
You ain't black. Y'all know me. I'm conversational type. So I be like, you ain't black. Like you don't. I feel like
it's a confrontation.
Yeah, but because it's like for me, it's like I feel like I know that's just like in a general setting, but 9 times out of 10, when you're making that comment to some people that I've seen, you typically know it's a relationship, like you said. It's not like I'm not walking up to random people in the street like, you ain't black. Like, it's some type of relationship that you have with that person. And like he said previously, like race, religion, gender, that shit is all fucking sensitive. So if you don't know how to navigate that shit, don't do it. And if you know me as a person, you should know what shit triggers me. And you know what I'm saying? Like you, as a stranger, you should never, don't do it. Don't do that to people. Like you don't know people's personal life. You don't know people's personal struggle. That's disrespectful.
Some people
don't
know.
That's so disrespectful.
But that could be said, that same thing could be said about somebody that you do know. You don't know their struggle.
What?
The same thing you just said about somebody else joking about that. That could be said for somebody you do know that you're joking around with.
And then it becomes a conversation. But from a flat out stranger just to walk up to you and say that's crazy.
That's
literally crazy to me. That shit's crazy.
It's like y'all sitting next to each other.
Y'all talking. Y'all having a conversation.
Crazy.
You're not. Y'all was having a conversation. You didn't just walk up off the street.
The question was, would you be equally upset?
I don't know about equally, but I would be upset at both
You'd be upset at both.
I would be upset
But you'd
at
be more
both.
upset about
But I would be more upset about the white person because
Got
you
it.
can't tell me how to live my own experience.
Okay.
That would be
but
my issue.
The black guy can't tell you.
What? Neither can he. But I'm telling you, as a white person, if they was to tell it to me, I would be pissed the fuck off. And I'll be like, nigga, the audacity.
He's not a nigga.
Like, nigga, the audacity.
Nigga ain't got race.
The audacity.
Like, I would just feel like, are you serious right now? Like, yes. And it is gonna be a racial thing for me because I'm gonna be like, are you serious right now? Like, no.
It would come off as
It would come off as racial, and I'm not
That makes sense.
gonna sit here and pretend like I'm gonna be hella cool because I'm not,
Okay.
and I ain't gonna ever be cool with it. So don't try me,
So what if it was a white guy that you knew?
huh?
Y'all that you knew, the white guy that you knew, that you were a coworker.
He would get checked too,
But it's a relationship.
Yeah,
Huh?
you just said it gotta be a relationship.
and I would still be mad. But I'll be more willing to have a conversation, and that's the part where I had to educate him. Like, okay, like look here.
You can
look
express
here.
yourself.
Yeah, like I'd be like, hey, look, that wasn't cool. And then you don't get two. You don't get fucking two. If I'm cool with you, you get it like, look here, Timmy. Yeah, that was racist. Oh well.
Timmy's always his name.
Look here. This is what I use. Look here, Timmy. Like, you know what I'm saying? We cool and shit, but don't do that, bruh. Don't. Maybe some other, I won't get too bent out of shape, but I will check a nigga.
No, I would say that's fair enough.
Like,
No,
I mean,
I'm
if they
not-
do have that relationship, he would understand that he didn't like that. Okay, let me not do it. That's fair.
it's like I understand, like, I make mistakes too. And I'll give you freedom, free reigns to make mistakes up, but if I voice to you that I don't like something and then you do it again, like, ooh, Timmy, catch these hands.
Well, that's something totally separate.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but, I was getting triggered again. Cause this is like,
sorry, it's okay.
I don't
It's just a
know.
hypothetical.
Yeah, I hypothetically didn't like it.
It definitely makes a lot more sense. even for somebody who's black, for them to joke on that. I would take it as like you're joking in the sense of we're both black. You're trying to make me feel
That connection.
Yeah, that connection. You're trying to build that connection.
Like, goes
It's
back to
like
the concept,
the-
yeah, black culture to kind of crack jokes at each other.
Yeah.
But you can't crack jokes if you're not in the culture. I would never
No,
walk
we're talking
around.
about
Talk about a black person.
Speaking of that,
No, but I'm saying, but to go off what he's just saying, like you're not. So, for example, I can't walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, cracker," or I can't walk up to somebody and be like, "Oh, what's their favorite? What they fucking what the fuck I want to use? Titanic."
Huh?
So let's flip the fucking script. White.
Okay,
I'm black. They white. I walk up to them and be like, we sparking the same conversation and shit. Be like, what? You ain't never seen Titanic? Be like, you don't feel like some racist shit to say?
no.
No.
Yeah.
Titanic was a good movie.
So,
I feel like
so you don't feel like they would take it the same way?
I
So
think Titanic is
okay,
about
let me
culture.
phrase it like this. So, like, what's a white movie you feel like?
Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars is probably above culture as well.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, I think
I'm
that
trying
is
to see,
culture.
like, how, like,
I don't think.
I'm wondering, like,
So-
what's their significant movie that they'd be like, whoa, really? Like,
No, stepmom.
I don't Julia Roberts is a great actress.
She
No,
is.
she really is.
Hey, that's my movie.
it really is.
No,
Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire.
No, that's black.
No,
That's what?
that's Robin Williams.
Oh.
He supersedes. No,
He was nominated.
that's the thing.
I'm gonna think of a movie for y'all. Give me a second.
No, but that's the thing. White people don't really have culture.
That's
said it. He said it.
disrespectful.
He said it.
White people don't have culture like that.
They put raisins in their potato salad. That's
And
cultural.
green bean casserole, that's great. But like, what's a white movie? What's a white song?
I know that's what I'm asking.
White people ain't got shit that they didn't steal.
That's true.
So I'm saying, like, they don't have culture. Which
You heard it here first.
I think
Oh,
because we are so open with the culture now, they taking it as like we can step in too, because they can see the tweets, they can retweet the memes, they can share the post. They be like, "Oh, I've seen that. I do that." Like, they feel like they get in, and I don't think this is a new thing.
It makes them feel like they're a part of the culture because the culture is so available.
Yeah, you can literally go look up on YouTube black shit
Yeah.
and like be like, "Oh, I can talk about all this shit," and they would think that's the culture I'm from. Like, that's what I know.
Yeah.
Okay, this is coming from me. I'm gonna be fair. I do feel like it does depend on where you're from, because, and not always, but like, for example, a white person raised in the South versus a white person raised in the West, they might,
That's definitely gonna be different.
yeah, like it's a big difference because a lot of them do share some of the same cultures. Like I've had friends in the South who are white, and I want to say, remember, like their grandma talked just like my grandma. I mean, and they're like, whoa. I mean, she don't use no,
but she's Southern.
Yeah, but she's Southern hospitality, so it's like they could be rooted in that culture too, just to be like the Southern culture. So I'm not gonna say like they don't have culture, but
and a
it's
lot of black
just
culture. Well, whatever, black culture is Southern culture. That's
So I do get how some of them, a little sprinkle, like a pinch of salt, Southern folks could feel, not even fucking feel, like
Feel what?
like like feel like they're a part of the culture in some sense, because.
But
you know what I'm saying? Like in the southern rooted part though, not black culture.
Like Southern culture, black culture, Southern black culture.
Yeah.
It definitely overlaps.
And I was going to say, and the lines are like really blurred.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also all of them are very welcoming. It's like I feel like in our culture we welcome. Let's be very clear.
Huh?
Not all Southern white people.
Oh no, not all of them. Not all of them. But I'm talking about I feel like within the black culture, we are very welcoming. That's why sometimes I feel like it's okay. Like I feel like as a culture, sometimes we need to start shutting shit down. That's why I said
we used to be very welcoming.
Yeah, we were a lot more.
I think we're a lot more hesitant now.
Yeah, now very, very.
What do you guys mean?
We used.
I think.
I can't explain.
I don't want to even say like a date, but in the past, I feel like we would be like, yeah, come on, let's go do this. This is what we do. This is how we do it.
Like a cookout.
And now it's just more like, if we don't know you already, and you don't know, then you just don't know.
I think that's the cookout plates. Like we individually select you who's invited. Like now we're being very selective. We have a selective process.
Are we talking about other races? Or are we talking about anybody?
I mean,
like, does that include the black person that doesn't know about that?
I mean, they just invited me. Like, I can't fault you for not knowing.
I was only trying to help you. Other races.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So, with that, do y'all feel like that's a good thing?
That we're
being selected?
Like,
we're selected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I personally feel like it's not.
I think because
to not share your culture.
I think because of what's going on today, it's kind of like, I don't know if I can trust this person.
So would that be referred to white people or other?
Just
cultures?
People in general.
Okay.
Other people in general.
Yeah.
But
I feel like it would be more so white people because of what's going on right now and what's going on today.
Even Latin people.
I'm gonna say others. I'm gonna stop picking on the white folks. Others. Whatever that means to you. I mean, I feel like we was like jabbing at the Caucasian folks.
Well, no, that's why I'm trying to specify.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like even when they did, I don't remember what happened, but it was after some Black Lives Matter stuff, something like it was protests or something, and then something happened. I don't know if it was Mexico or something happened with Latinos, and they started marching. They were doing protests too. There were people that were saying, "Why can't y'all do y'all own shit?" Which I found really fucking weird.
Protesting is not.
Protesting isn't a racial.
It was like
they thought they took it as biting off of the BLM.
Yeah. And I'm like, that people have been protesting for you. That's what you do.
Like literally,
people, when there were kings, people protested over to the kingdom. That's what you do.
Overall, as minorities, is good to come together.
Yeah, like that's
anyway.
And the black people that supported that shit, like that was dope as fuck because you see them out there. They were at our rally, but they also went to our rally. It's like we're, like you said, we're very welcoming with the culture, but I also understand why we're more selective because of. What was the bitch name? Sorry. Tenderoni. We made it so far. No, but she was the bitch.
What bitch?
The Rachel Dolezal.
Rachel
Dolezal.
Yeah.
She legit took the culture. Like she came in and stole the culture.
She was wicked.
Culture vultures are a thing.
That's different.
Yeah,
I feel like that's totally different.
That's why we become a little more selective, or like selective. Like we're very cautious about who we let in the circle. Okay, you can laugh at the joke, but don't
it's
make
so
it the joke.
easy for shit like that to happen.
That's just
especially
crazy.
now with the world being so open and free. Like you can literally have sex with anybody and create a baby who looks like anything, and you will never fucking know.
Not even that. There's a whole thing on, I don't know, it's IG or TikTok, whatever, called blackfishing. Like white models. White models are
white
like
models,
light skinned models, whatever race they are, darkening their skin with filters and editing and shit, and trying to basically passing themselves off as a light skinned black chick.
They do tanning.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say from experience, I did kind of side eye somebody when she told me she was black. And she was definitely white.
Like, how do you prove that shit?
I'm not gonna say that you're not.
Yeah.
But I definitely side eye like,
okay.
Prove me otherwise. But I seen her dad. Her dad is black as shit.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's like that actor. I cannot remember her name. She played on Bridesmaids.
Oh, I know, Maya Rudolph.
Yeah,
Saturday Night Live.
She doesn't look black.
She doesn't look black. I had no idea she was
but
black.
But do you know who her mom is?
No, I know.
I
don't know, but I don't remember.
What's her name? Minnie
Rippleton?
Oh shit.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I had no idea she was black, and it's as diluted as people are becoming. Like they're starting to try to figure out where is the classification of black versus. I think they were talking about like having biracial or like multicultural be their own sub race or some
Lord
shit.
Jesus.
That's too sensitive, doing too much.
Oh Lord
What the
Jesus.
fuck you want?
What's this thing? Something like they want a rhythm but can't handle our blues. Something like
Sorry,
that.
I gotta retract the statement. Don't be whatever the fuck you want. Be what you are.
No, she want to be black. Let her be black.
No, fuck.
She want to be a
can't.
black. Oh shit! That episode of Atlanta with the white dude, with the black dude that wants to be transracial. I identify as white now. Yeah, no, that shit was hilarious. Nah, but
Don't do that.
I mean, everybody. I mean,
Just be who you are.
we're dope as fuck though. Like,
I'm
black is.
I
dope.
do get it. I do see how you want to be a part of this joy, this power, this experience. But unfortunately, if you're not, you're just not. And that's not to say like we won't share our joy and power and experience with you. It's just there's a line where you have to stop and you cannot pass. And that's okay.
Box braids.
You have to be like you have to be like literally you have to be okay like going to the cliff but not jumping off.
I think
It's simple.
so. I think what it is,
Like
perfect scenario. When we go to the club, we be in our own circle. We be turned up. We have hella fun.
Hella
Fun by ourselves. We don't need nobody else. We're good. People are trying to come get in. You can come fuck with us. You can come dance. You can come turn up. It's good.
go back from where she
Yeah,
came.
but yeah, you're not leaving with us. You're not hanging.
Right.
Like we're not cool like that. I mean, you saw some shit that was cool, some funny, some trendy shit. And was like, I like that. That's fine, but stay over there.
We met some dope white people in Reno.
We always meet them.
I'm just saying, like, but it's not like we're like, oh, anti-white people, but it's like I feel like they understood though. Like they went back to their.
What I was getting to is black people make being black look so dope.
There it
Other
is.
people want in on it.
Yeah, because it is dope.
Which with that, people only want the positives.
True. That's another. I was gonna talk about that. In a little
Now I think that's what I would say with
Yeah.
any race, culture, whatever.
bit. Yeah.
People only want the positive aspects of that.
My culture is not a costume.
I encourage you, taking in the culture,
I feel
but understand everything else
You
that's
gotta
behind
be
it.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're not gonna fully understand it.
That's Kim Kardashian.
Mexicans make Cinco de Mayo look fun as fuck. So we go fuck with the Mexicans on Cinco de Mayo. I like tacos and Coronas and
Like, literally.
I'll be out there. But I'm gonna go home. I'm not gonna go back with y'all. Like that's weird. I'm not gonna try to take your culture and say, oh, like my people is free. Like that's
I'm not
weird.
gonna throw a Cinco de Mayo party.
Yeah, I'm not throwing a Cinco de Mayo party. I'm gonna go fuck with y'all.
I'm black.
Yeah, it'd be weird if I threw a Cinco de Mayo party. I'm gonna go fuck with y'all on Cinco de Mayo because y'all lit. I fucks with y'all. Y'all come fuck with us on Juneteenth. It's good. Come get a plate. But I think having your culture look dope is what makes people want to join in. Mm-hmm. And if everybody can make their own culture look dope, then they wouldn't be so worried about what the fuck we do.
So what's dope about?
So when I see them little red envelopes on Chinese New Year,
Nigga.
I'll be hoping I get
I be wanting to just drive through Chinatown. Like, I know somebody got this one.
I used to get one too in middle school.
I don't know from where,
Very
but I used to get
exciting.
one.
See? As black people, we got the little red envelopes, Chinese, like, that's dope.
I was very appreciative.
Yeah.
I'll be jealous when I see them. I ain't gonna lie.
So I'm not being funny, but we can't think of nothing dope about white culture.
Nah,
I'm
white
really not being
people-
funny.
I love country music. I do.
Oh,
I fuck with country
Yeah, I
music.
fuck with country
I
music.
fuck with country
I
music.
mean, they stole it from the blues.
That's why I was like, it's like the shit that I like about white
Yeah,
people.
like,
white culture
Is low key. Like, I listen to rock, but they stole that.
I don't know enough to say if I like. I don't know.
I like
enough
cheese.
about white
Cheese is European.
to
That's
say
what-
that I like.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Ice what
cream?
white culture is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Another poll, white friends out there, what's dope about your
Because
culture?
there's
we're really being
for
serious, like a true general statement.
Any
like,
culture. Tell us what's dope about your
what's dope
culture.
about your
We want to
culture?
know. We don't know what white culture is.
We don't know what it is.
We're gonna figure out what
I'm
white culture
very
is.
curious now. I'm like, what?
Yeah, we're not from that environment.
Polka music is trash.
There's no way for us to really know.
Yodeling don't slap at all.
But
I
that
didn't like
culture might be
yodeling.
more towards like Greenland and shit.
Yeah, and we don't know shit about it.
You know.
They got dope. It's
Scottish.
dope out there. I fuck with
Hey, we
Scott-
like Vikings.
Vikings is dope.
You know.
I fuck
The
with
football
Vikings.
team.
No,
No,
actual
no.
Like Vikings.
like original white
My
people.
nigga.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Like
don't know. I've never
Scandinavian.
met a
Not
Viking.
yet. Real Vikings.
No, I mean, like, I mean the
Before they
history.
adapted culture, no.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
can't say if I like a Viking. I've never met one.
Nah, but yeah.
I mean how they were portrayed. I mean, I guess.
We'll figure out
in a
what white
sense.
culture is.
We'll figure out what white culture.
Don't tell me if they really.
Oh my god. We gotta figure out what white culture is.
I was gonna ask, do y'all feel like not being black enough is a thing today? Like, do you think it's still a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. No. I was joking. He's very serious. No.
What?
I
It's never been
literally, people
a
out there
thing.
literally don't think
Not for
I'm
you,
black
like,
enough.
in
Like,
the world. Not
No.
for you personally, but in the world. Like,
in the world.
do I think it's a thing?
yeah, like, do you think it's
Yes.
super active? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially in.
You look unsure.
I kind of don't get the question.
Do you feel like people are still labeled as not black enough?
Oh yeah, people are.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially in industry.
Yeah, I think that'll be forever. And I don't think that's
Absolutely.
just a black thing. I think
Can you be labeled
sure
as
that's
too
in-
black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all have an issue with? I kind of so it's hard to not do this and we've been doing it this whole time during the conversation, but black isn't even a race.
Oh,
It's not.
yeah.
It's a color.
It's not.
that's a
But-
whole different topic.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic.
That's
That
a whole
talks about
conversation.
You taking it
going
like
back to
ooh.
not being able to find our ancestors because there's a white wall. That's a whole we can talk
whole
about
conversation.
that.
And we're not even black, like color wise.
No, we brown
No.
and shades of purple and orange. You know, it's light skinned niggas. No, I've been called light skinned before, which I thought was weird because I didn't think I was light skinned.
Wait, I've never called you a Rambo?
Yeah.
Did you think because you was dark skinned?
No, I thought I was like in the middle or something. I don't know. It was never a thought to me.
Like khaki.
It was never a thought to me until she called me a light skinned nigga. And I was like,
You're very much.
oh,
like,
shit.
Well, I mean, there's. What?
I don't think you're
lighter.
light skinned.
There is lighter, but you
there's
definitely.
Drake light.
Yeah, I don't
There's
consider
Prince
you a light skin.
Yeah, I'm like a.
I feel like a lot of times when people say light skinned niggas, it comes with the mannerisms. Like, you don't have the mannerisms of a light skinned
No,
nigga.
I got light
I
skin
probably did at
manners.
the time, but
You don't though.
no, we got light skin tendencies.
Tendencies.
I'm light skinned, but I got dark skin. I'm Drake. Okay, I'm light skinned, I'm still a dark nigga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely like
no, but
for sure.
He the nigga in
Yeah,
the squint and shit.
Yeah.
He got the light
I got
skin
light
pose.
the squint, the mirror,
Pose. Yeah,
the being like, you know what I'm saying?
I think
Yeah,
light skin.
yeah, for sure.
absolutely.
That's my mama.
Just, I want to say this year, or within the past couple of years, Will Smith has been said he wasn't black enough to play Venus and Serena's dad.
Did they mean, so
He's
did
not.
they mean?
Hey.
So there's the thing. Did they mean that?
Because he just said he's not.
Because have you seen their
Oh no, yeah, color-wise, yeah, okay, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm asking.
Yeah,
I was
Taking
about
it
to
way
say,
too far.
are they
It's like-
talking about color
Yeah.
or culture?
Either way,
I feel like they mean
they definitely meant
color-wise.
color.
So
They
I
definitely
would,
meant
I would
color.
say acting wise, that's
Does
different.
that play? But
It's
should
way
that play a
different.
role? Should that play a role?
It depends on.
Should one play
I
a
think
role?
yeah.
There's two
Depends on-
different ways to approach.
I
this.
mean, if you're doing a biopic about them,
precisely.
yeah, they should.
To an extent.
But
I don't
that-
think 100%, but to an extent, yes.
Yeah.
You feel? You sound.
No, because we're all artists, so that's an artist perspective, and then that's kind of like a loaded question when you're not coming from an artistic standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like that's a very very loaded question because yes, physically he is not her father's complexion, and I feel like that was taken out of context. If that's something that man felt he could not portray because he's an actor, you know. Method acting wise, so it's like it felt like something he couldn't portray or something he didn't see himself in. Maybe he wanted the story to be told because also I would take it as like a lot of dark skinned actors probably don't get that chance. So if he's saying that you never really know how a person is saying things, and I feel like the media takes it and like runs with it, and that's like a big. I don't like when people do that though. So I think we got to be very careful about how we analyze and how we look at certain articles and really pay attention to what people say because it's not always, it's not always what you think.
The headline definitely read,
Yeah,
Will Smith isn't black enough or whatever.
exactly, and it's like,
But it was definitely people per saying.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
skin tone.
I would say that's one of the biggest issues for, I guess you would say current generation.
Mhm.
They believe the internet.
True.
They believe
oh,
the
very
headlines.
true. So
I mean, not that it's
Very
100% new because even in news articles you believe the headline.
Because that's you don't want to.
You know, but you have to understand. You have to perceive it. Your
Those
own way.
headlines with like newspapers and shit. Those were just reputable headlines.
No, definitely more compared to today
Yeah.
for sure. Because
People-
there's a lot more.
People are believing the
resources today.
tabloid headlines now.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
No,
and
definitely.
it looks just the same as the regular
Yeah.
shit.
Anything they see pops up. Fact.
Mhm.
No.
like no, like cite your sources, people. We all went to school that should teach you how to cite your sources.
Definitely Twitter.
Like,
It was definitely Twitter.
Don't believe me. I didn't even read on Twitter.
Definitely Twitter. Definitely Twitter.
Now, that's your first
But,
source.
no.
Shit.
Aside from that,
Oh shit!
Twitter done killed how many people who ain't really dead?
Right, Twitter be killing motherfuckers.
I don't know why that's a thing.
That is a legit thing.
Like-
Just the other day, they were saying Hook Mitchell died.
what is Hook Mitchell?
I heard of him. Don't know.
Is that a black man? is that? Am I not black?
I mean, I'm assuming I know who it is.
Well, y'all not from Oakland, so it makes sense.
Wait, who is it? Because the name sounds familiar. Now I want to know
Is he a pimp?
No, he was like
his name.
It is.
bomb ass basketball player.
He was
jumped over the post.
Even I know that. Oh, shit, y'all.
Sounds familiar.
See, you making me feel like I'm wrong.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm not the average hoop watcher.
That's sports related. I don't pay attention to sports
I
at all.
know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, was that a black moment right there?
Yeah.
Oh. Did you feel? Did I offend you?
Saying perfect instinct. No, I was gonna say not only Will Smith. Say her name. Kamala Harris. Yeah.
Kamala Harris.
A
You talking about
lot.
the chick?
The vice president
Yeah,
of the United
first lady.
States. Don't
Yeah.
call her the
So I was
chief.
like,
The next vice president of the United States. We're not
The
going to call her the
chick,
chief.
yes.
We're not going
I pointed up.
No, we're not going to reduce her down to that.
Jesus?
We're
Like, she got power. She up there.
The future first lady. Yes, Kamala Harris. Yes.
Uh-huh.
A
The
lot.
future first lady.
She is the first.
My bad. Vice
The
president.
vice president. Hey, listen to me. I'm
Wait,
like,
what?
y'all confusing me.
And you like she is the first? Like no, she is
Cause I'm
not.
still thinking about this nigga talking about shit.
Don't talk
Yeah.
about me. Get the title right.
Nigga, I know who told you what the title was.
She gonna be president. She gonna be in there. She gonna be up in there.
Okay.
Yeah. No. A lot on her campaign trail when she was doing her interviews and shit. A lot of people were saying that they didn't perceive her as black enough.
Oh, because our family's biracial.
This is the same thing about Obama.
Sure. Until
they trying to make him
that was gonna bring that because he said they only want the good shit, not the bad shit. Blackness is only an issue when it's bad shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When it's good shit, is never a problem.
Facts.
You don't question the guy that got arrested for selling drugs or the person that shot somebody. You don't question whether they're black or what their other races are. They're mixed race. This mixed race person, they just say they're black. But when it's the good shit, it's like, oh, is he really black? Like, or do they pass this bar or whatever? And it's like that's a weird way to. It's a fucked up way to look at shit, and to only classify that shit.
We just need the hood black nigga to win.
They're not ready.
No,
for
we
that.
don't.
They're not ready for that.
No, you don't need that.
I'm not ready for that.
They can be from
Who's the
there.
one that was-
They can't be a hood nigga when they get in.
I feel like a lot of times when we get to like political, status or whatever, like they tend to hold back.
Definitely.
Like in the vernacular, the vocabulary, like you.
Definitely.
Sometimes you gotta just like let that shit fly.
You're
Like that. Oh, what's her name? I'm sorry, the Latina woman. That's why everybody loves her.
ALC. She with the shit.
What's her name?
Alexandria.
Yeah, that's a lot. I feel like that's why everybody like.
She with the shit.
Like, listen, I appreciate y'all authentic and you being who you are.
Hell.
And that's why I feel like it catapulted her.
With that, I don't think it's everybody. I highly doubt it's everybody. I don't know. But I would say black people are very good at code switching.
Oh,
we know how to act in certain settings.
We had to learn.
Because we were conditioned to do so. Yeah.
No, but I think what he's saying is if you get that person within that position, it'll kind of, I want to like normalize it, but it will make you feel as like, oh.
They're a normal person.
Like,
I was saying that
human.
because
It's like, yeah.
Based off what he said, like every time somebody gets into a position of power, it's like, oh, well, he's really not black. She's really not black.
Yeah.
I was saying it just like we need to have this one of us
show them what black is.
Be
and what
in a position of power and be like, there's no question that they black. They all look black.
The fact that needs to be proven.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the people that question Barack, a lot of people that question Kamala. I'm trying to work on saying her name right.
A lot of people pronounce it different.
Oh no, Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
I think it's Kamala.
I
think it's Kamala.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, no. A lot of people that were questioning it, or at least from like the news segments I saw, was white people. They were saying
they don't want her to be black.
Like you got to push a narrative when you don't want. Like if you don't want something, dead in front of you, or you feel like we're gaining too much power, you got to push the other narrative. Well, she's not that black, guys. She's only 42%.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
but in the past, it was.
Yeah, in the past, it's like what? If you get a drop or something, like I can't remember.
It was a drop.
Yeah, it's like
113.
Yeah, so it's like now we went from a drop to 42% to it's just like numbers keep changing. Like, how black do you want us to be for us to be accepted?
Not full.
Carlton black.
I mean, I don't want to make Carlton sweaters. I'm okay with that.
I think Carlton was
I'm
like
okay with that.
the cookie cutter view of like what white people thought or what black people thought the not black the not black kid or the black kid that act white.
Yeah.
And you remember that?
Until they sent it to the hood.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
And you seen the episode when he checked him?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the one.
Remember the episode when he checked him about at the college?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's go. I didn't get in.
What? Why?
Look, I don't know, man. Come on. Just let's go.
How dare you not take Will? He's full of potential.
That's why we want him. It's you we don't want.
Me? But I did everything. I cooked, I cleaned, I hand washed the toilets.
Everything your butler does for you. I'm not accepting no prep school, Bel Air bred sellout into my fraternity. Homie, you can stop all that.
No, wait, Will. I got this one. You think I'm a sellout. Why? Because I live in a big house or I dress a certain way? Or maybe it's because I like Barry Manilow. He been Barry White, y'all. Being black isn't what I'm trying to be, it's what I am. I'm running the same race and jumping the same hurdles you are, so why are you tripping me up? You said we need to stick together, but you don't even know what that means. If you ask me, you're the real sellout.
What makes me curious about it is this something that necessarily isn't new? Or did the previous generation feel the same way?
I feel like they definitely did. I don't know that it's something that we can change, but
yeah.
I mean, it's something you can be on the lookout for and make sure if your kids are like multiracial, or if they're going to be interacting with kids that are biracial or multiracial, or whatever, let them know like that's okay. Like they can be from two different backgrounds, two different cultures, whatever, and still fit into both or blaze their own path, whatever they want to do.
Now I have another question.
What's up?
Do you feel like everybody can see that? Because we've grown up in such, I would say all of us really,
we've grown up in
such very certain circumstances that makes us see things differently.
We also live in the day.
Sure. Also true.
You know, and where we're from.
Sure. Yeah, like.
Also true. I don't know that this is.
I don't know how many people can relate to our point of view.
I don't know. That's what a lot of our point of view is. But no, I don't know. And I know there's people who don't agree and don't feel like they should be accepted. I feel like there is levels of blackness, or like you don't fit in. Like I'm not. Like there's still grandmas that won't accept a girl because she's too light skinned or too fair skinned or whatever. White parents that won't accept black kids. Like it's still out there.
Colorism is definitely a thing.
But it exists. It exists in all cultures.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. That colorism shit goes it's so deep rooted. And I have a lot of friends of a lot of different races, and they say the same thing, and I'm like, really? Yeah. They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hatred breeds hatred. That's how it goes. Right.
I just think whatever race or whatever you are, race, national, whatever it is, you just have to understand that. Know that you're responsible. Know that you're being responsible with your race. That I feel like is like the ultimate thing. Carry it with dignity, with pride, and I feel like you would be okay. Just be conscious, and I think you'll be fine.
Further, how you carry it, what you teach,
what you teach, what you pass on,
just be
it matters.
Just be conscious and aware of what you're trying to spread to the world, because ultimately they're going to view that, they're going to pass it on and view that as
somebody's
your culture.
Going to perceive it, as that's being black, that's being white, that's being Latino, whatever it is. I
just think that's like the ultimate goal. What we're trying to say, basically. I mean, what I'm trying to say, I don't know about collectively.
Yeah.
But
for me, it's be yourself, but understand how you're being viewed. You know, you're a representation of something bigger than you.
Is it fair to carry that burden?
No, but I feel like everybody does. So in that sense, yes.
Want to or not?
But I don't.
If everybody's carrying the same burden,
I think in certain situations, everybody has that.
The burden
thought process or that burden,
it's inevitable to run from it though. Like you might. It's inevitable to run from. Like you're gonna be the black guy at work. You know sometimes you're gonna be the only black guy at work. Like you said, you're gonna be the black guy at school that goes to the school. Like I feel like at some point in your life, you're gonna be put in a situation where, you know.
You can't say you're not what you are.
You can't.
Without somebody saying this is what you are, because that's what I see.
What he said.
You can't tell me you're not black. I can see that you're black.
Got you.
Even if you run from it.
No matter how much you don't want to be black.
Even if like
Jay Biggs said he is multiracial, I believe that, or something like that.
Something like that.
You know, but as a perceiver, somebody's gonna say you're black.
Wait a minute. When the fuck he say that? Jay.
A couple years ago.
Jay, knock that shit off. Alright.
Well, I don't know if it was him or he wants his kids to identify as multiracial.
Oh, they are. They are. Okay.
He don't want them to identify as
My bad. Because I'm about to say, hey.
But that's fair though.
They literally are multiracial. His wife is white.
But
you can't control other people perceiving them. You're black.
They are.
Yeah.
So
it's a burden that you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
I feel like at some point that's gonna have to change. Because there's going to be a lot more mixed people than there are
It
other
would be great
races.
for it to change.
Yeah.
So it changed to what? Like, you just be
But we waiting on a
like
whole bunch of shit to change that ain't changed.
Waiting
That
on
should
the
have
world
been
to change. Is
changed.
that what John Mayer said? It's a white artist.
waiting on the world.
But even with us saying like we want it to change, I don't know how much we really want it to change. You know what I mean? Like, I know for me personally, I talk to other cultures, other races differently than I talk to black people. I interact differently than I do with them.
Definitely.
Because they're not your culture.
But I don't know how you can change that. Like, really?
No, I don't think you can change
I
not
don't
the
think that's
interaction.
the, not
the
yet.
interaction.
Yeah, nah.
The classification.
Yeah.
I feel
That's
like
what you meant, right?
I feel like for me
Yeah.
it all kind of ties back into each other.
Blends, merge.
What?
Because at the end of the day, I can't relate with you the same way, so I can't talk to you the same way.
But he's saying, like, regardless of what, like, how you relate to them, they're going to be classified as multiracial or biracial or non-black or whatever it is. That might be a future down the line. It ain't going to change how you interact with them.
No,
but
yeah.
It'll be the same shit. I mean, you still look
This
black
is
to me.
crazy.
Yeah.
Janaya, they go just go through this shit too.
Probably.
She was like, I can't. She's like,
Stars,
something about like she don't want to say nigga no more because like she not black enough because
J-Lo said nigga in 98, bruh. On a song with Ja Rule.
I mean, let's keep it real. We be letting a lot of Mexicans and Latinos slide for saying nigga. Let's just keep it real. We ain't saying it's okay, but we tend to let them slide a little bit. I don't know, but that's just.
We're not doing that this episode.
I'm just saying.
We ain't got to get into it, but I'm going to say one piece anyway.
Here we go.
Nigga's just a word. Words don't offend me.
Nah.
So, I'm thinking me. Words don't offend me. I don't see nigga as a black people thing. That's for me. But yeah. We ain't got to talk about it. But yeah.
He gonna explode. He gonna explode. That's all we got for y'all. Shit. Yeah, because we already know Cosby's about to pop out. Yeah, that's all we got for y'all today. Thanks for
right.
Thanks for watching The Mindset. I'm VZ.
I'm Hawk.
Jerry.
AP, make sure you like, comment, turn on your post notifications so you know when that guy.
We out.
Yeah.
Is that a